And a regional Queensland newspaper has been forced to apologise for depicting Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk in the crosshairs of a gun. The image on the front page of News Corp's Sunshine Coast Daily has drawn fierce criticism from politicians and readers alike. State political reporter Josh Bavis has this story.
Anna, you're next. This is the headline that sparked outrage right across the political divide.
Encouraging violence towards a woman or a man in this way is inappropriate.
Whether you're the Premier of Queensland or whether you work in a fish and chip shop, you shouldn't have to wake up and see a picture, your picture, on the front page of a daily with crosshairs.
While the Sunshine Coast Daily was offering its take on Labor's election wipeout, politicians slammed its Photoshop work for inciting violence.
If we are to be a good society, if we are to be a respectful society, then there are boundaries.
The Premier's senior staff immediately contacted the paper demanding an apology. Initially, the paper refused, with the deputy editor emailing back saying the front page is not an attempt to incite violence against the Premier. It's the fact that Labor's poor performance in the federal election in Queensland means the state government is now in the political sights of the Conservative parties in Queensland. The Premier's office has since lodged an official complaint with the Australian Press Council. While the Premier hasn't spoken publicly of her thoughts on the image, it's understood she's appalled. The government's demanded the paper remove it from its website. By afternoon, the Sunshine Coast Daily decided it would apologise, admitting it was a poor choice. It'll print the full apology tomorrow.
The Sunshine Coast Daily really did need to apologise. Globally, there is a real meanness to political discussion at the moment.
Next month marks 3 years since British Labor MP Joe Cox was shot dead outside a library in West Yorkshire.
I think people need to be reminded about that, and clearly the Sunshine Coast Daily needs to be reminded about that.
Last federal election, a video by Bob Katter also drew criticism depicting the Maverick MP taking out his opponents. Politicians say there should be zero tolerance for even joking about violence. Josh Bavis, ABC News, Brisbane.